Hello and welcome to this video where we shall be going over creating our first object. So in this particular video I'm just going to show you how to create a class. As we know, Java is object oriented based. So what we want to do is we're going to be looking at two things in this particular video. An object which basically has states and behaviors. So if we have, say, like a dog, for example, like an animal, some sort of animal, its state would be what color is the dog, the name of the dog, how many legs the dog has, and just features, behaviors in this aspect, being, does the dog bark, does it eat, does its tail wag. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to create like a class which is basically just a blueprint or a template, you could look at it as, in that aspect, where another example for this would be if you have a house, that could be your blueprint, the house blueprint, and we could create many houses which would be many objects of this particular house and could just keep recreating these houses in objects. So what we want to do from this aspect is what we're going to be working with in this particular class. We've got a main method here, we've got a folder structure here, but we want to create a class in Java. So first object, let's have a look. Let's go ahead and create an employee. And we have our class here now. And what we're going to do is we're going to, let's have a look. Let's go ahead and do string, which is, I think we all know what string is at this point. We're going to create a string as name. I'll do string first name, and also do string job title. And you can just concatenate like so. So we've got string. We're going to do double salary, integer for age, and then do int employee number. The great thing about Java and just this particular IDE, IntelliJ, I think NetBeans and Eclipse also does it. We can just basically, create our getters and setters. Getters and setters, basically, a setter is just setting this particular first name. It's just a principle of object-oriented methodology, the methodology of object-oriented aspects. So what we're going to do in this particular thing is we're going to go ahead and right click, go down to generate, getters and setters, and just create that for now. Even though it's only done the first name, let's just undo, generate, getters and setters, select all. Okay, so we've got those now, so we can set and get our employee. We don't pretty much have to do too much from here onwards. Java's pretty much done it all for us. What we want to do is just take the aspect of writing code and just knowing what is going on. So we could do public void print employee details system.out.println. Could do name. Well, we've got up here, we've got first and last name. So name plus concatenate this to first name plus space plus last name. Then we'll do age, employee ID, what else have we got? Salary. Instead of doing, well, I could just print it out actually, like, what did we name salary above? Double salary. I don't know why I did it as capital. Let's refactor that. Salary. Do refactor. Plus age plus employee number. number. So there we are. We have basically created a simple employee, and what we could do is, at this point, let's just create a few. Go back to our main method. Do employee. So we're going to point to this particular class, and let's set it as an object. So employee1 equals new employee. Let's name this employee Carl Hadwin. And it's going to error because we have no constructor. So let's go in again. Generate. So we could do, if you're on a Mac, you can do Command N, constructor. First, last name. Let's do constructor for them all. Look at that, it just created all that nice code for us right there. So what we're going to do is do first name, because we know it's expecting many arguments. Job title, tech, so just do tech. What else we got? Salary, just do age, and then salary and employee ID. Here we are. So we've got a problem here. Employee cannot be applied to actual arguments. First string, double string. Yeah, I'm being stupid. Take away these. There we go. Do employee2. And just do, I don't know, Steve Jobs. That's 50. Employee ID 0. And then we can print these out. So we could do. So we've got the employee. We could just do employee1 dot. What did we name that particular method? Print employee details. Just run this. Oops. And then it's just printed out the employee details, which is pretty cool. And we can just do employee1 dot get age, or we could do employee1 dot get get job title. And again, simple getters. These allow us to get individual stuff. So we get salary. Run this. And then we've got them here, but what we want to do is if we want to print these, do system, the out, the print line, and we're just going to print these individually. You can actually just go into the getters and make them print, but I much prefer just doing it this way, to be honest. That one's already been printed out, so we don't want to double print that. Run this, and it's give us all the details here. And you can just switch this up as well. So if you go down here, system.out.println. Let's have a look at this. Employee2. Run this, and then we get 2 employees. So basically what we've just done is create a class for the employee, used it as a blueprint to create multiple employees, which, you know, it's very efficient. That's how object-oriented the methodology of OOP works. Basically, this is how you basically just create an object. Create a class, create an object. There's many rules that you'll probably come across, like certain ones, like a source file can have multiple non-public classes, certain inputs, and whatever else comes by. It depends what you're working with, to be honest. Like, you can have all sorts of stuff, like, say we're accessing instance variables and methods. Instance variables and methods are accessed, you know, via created objects, which we've pretty much done. So we're accessing a method here. Well, here, sorry. So that's how you access a method. You can actually access an instance variable, but I don't find it as nice. And the principles of OOP kind of go against this. Just use getters instead, getters and setters. But yeah, that's pretty much how you create your first class. It's nice to have a constructor as well, so we can just create them and we don't have to go down and do stuff like, because what you could do is if you do employee1 dot set first name Bill, rerun this, and it's changed it here because we've overridden the first name. So setters allow us to do that. We can set anything. So we could set something later on. So say, you know, Steve's been doing pretty well, or in his job. So let's do set salary. Let's up the salary to we've upped the salary, and then the salaries come back here obviously because it's a double and it's giving us, let's see what we've done here, salary. Is that the salary we actually set? Let's have a look down here. The reason for this, let's print this out. Oh, we're setting it here. Yeah, so let's go back, print the get salary, and then we've come down here. We've got the one. Let me put it to this. I don't want to jump too into how much a double can hold, or in terms of like, you know, memory allocation, but it's gone a bit crazy obviously because a double doesn't like this amount, so you can just set it here and it goes back to normal. But yeah, that's how you do it. If you want to set a large salary, or you know, any particular aspect around that you know, object, change it to like big int or something else where you can allocate more memory as opposed to a double. There is actually more ways you can do this, but try stick to using like the right amount of memory allocation for a particular, you know, aspect. We don't want to be jumping to using too much memory, especially when it comes to production-based environments. We don't want to be using as much memory. Well, we don't want to be overusing memory if we don't have to. So yeah, as mentioned before, a class basically just is a blueprint for an object. So basically what we've created from this class, employee, is objects. So in other words, like the new word we just got to think of is, well, new words, class object. We declare, you know, a variable with a variable name with an object type, which is here. So this is our object type, and this is our variable declaration. The new keyword basically is just used to create the object, and then now we're going to initialize, you know, new object with our constructor. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this. That's how you create your first object in class. We're going to be using a lot more. We're going to be doing a lot more in this particular way, logical way of you know, setting out programs, especially when it comes to OOP and especially Java. Obviously, because we all know Java's OOP oriented. Well, it's an object-oriented language, so we're going to have to be working with this quite a lot. And it's nice. I enjoy it actually, as opposed to, well, scripting languages do have their upsides, definitely. But yeah. Hopefully this was helpful, and if you do have any questions, drop them in the comment section below, or do just drop me a comment on Twitter or tweet me at Carl Hadwin. It should be in the description. And yeah, please take time to like this video if it was helpful, and yeah, subscribe. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to get some feedback on how I'm doing on these videos. So yeah, hopefully you're having a good day, and I shall see you next video.